Hello, thank you for joining me today. This is Coach Pam, and I'm here to share with you tonight part three of Enhance Your Coaching Skills, practical strategies for coaching success. And so, thank you so much for being here. Before I get started, I do want to share some credits. The music that you hear on that countdown ticker is not my own. I use Wave.video as a streaming service that helps me to go live each week. And within that platform, they provide you with different tools and resources that you can use to help with your lives. And so that is one of the resources that I do use to help me to transition. And I remember to do it this week because last week I think you caught me just in all my glory, so to speak, where I was putting on some lip gloss and kind of getting settled in. And so this time I remembered to make sure I had that timer there so you can see how long it would take me to come on. And that gave me a few minutes to get myself adjusted. So enough with that. So I'm glad to have you here tonight. And again, we are talking about some strategies to help you as a coach. And so we are going to cover three things today. And so, regardless if you are a new coach just starting out, or maybe you're a seasoned coach, these strategies that we talk about tonight will definitely help you as you are continuing to grow and develop as a coach. And so, the three areas we're going to talk about today is around effective communication, time management and scheduling, and also building an online presence. So, let's get started. So, first up, is effective communication. Communication is going to be essential to your coaching practice with anything, ensuring that you have clear communication. And then definitely when you are working with clients, you want to make sure that your clients are heard, and that you have clear understanding of the conversation and what you're hearing from your clients so that you are helping them to move forward with accomplishing their goals. And also, even as introverts, sometimes we may not, be confident in how we present ourselves or how we express ourselves. And so, having these strategies here, specifically around communication, is going to be very helpful for you tonight. And so imagine, transforming your communication skills so that your interactions with your clients feel very natural, they feel engaging, and they are very impactful because your client is walking away with something knowing that you are taking the time to really listen to them and to be present with them and to have that level of communication. And so effective communication begins with active listening, especially when you are in a coaching environment. Hearing your clients, you show that their thoughts matter, that their feelings are real and they're sincere. You help to build trust and rapport, and you are able to ask powerful questions that can lead to deeper insights when working with your clients. So, here are some things that help you to put that into practice. Active listening, we've just talked about that. Reflective listening is another way when you think about active listening, being able to summarize what you've heard your client say, being able to provide observations. Maybe you notice a client is saying a certain word several times. Maybe you take note of that, and then you can reflect back what you've heard, and build the connection there. Powerful questions, as I mentioned, you want to make sure that you are asking open-ended questions that gives the client an opportunity to really think about their response and to help them to explore their options. So a question might be, what steps can you take to move you closer to your goal? Maybe you're working with a client who's trying to accomplish a goal, and asking that question of what steps will give the client an opportunity to pause and kind of reflect, and then they're able to kind of share back with you what their thoughts are, what their steps are. And lastly would be nonverbal cues. So be mindful of you as yourself as a coach. Are you looking into the camera? Sometimes we might be looking down at them on the screen. Are you looking at them in the camera? How are your hands positioned? I kind of talk with my hands, so my hands might be moving, and for me, I have to be mindful of that. Are you nodding and letting them know that, you understand? For me, especially if I'm on video, I might say, uh-huh. I've had to catch myself in doing that. And so as I have listened back to recordings of myself, I begin to notice that. And then it caused me to think of something different to say, or just say nothing at all and be there with the client. But I am nodding and letting them know that I hear them, I see them, and that I am in the session. So that is effective communication. Let's jump to time management and scheduling. This is definitely a valuable resource when it comes to coaching, is being able to manage your time and manage your resources. Effective time management and scheduling can make all the difference in how you structure your practice, in how you structure yourself, in how you're dealing with your clients and such. And so imagine being able to have a clear schedule. Everybody is scheduled accordingly. You have a block of time that you use for working with your clients. You have some time scheduled for your own personal development, and you have some time blocked off for being able to have some self-care, having time to yourself, or even time with your family. So let's talk a little bit about that. Time management isn't really about making sure that your schedule is filled from top to bottom, but it's being very mindful of how you are prioritizing the things that are important to you and important to your business. So let's take a look. I mentioned prioritizing your tasks. How are you setting yourself up for success each day? Are you taking time every day to really think about what are the top 3 things I need to get done? What are the things that are on my schedule that have to get done today? Who do I need to call? What's going to be the priority? So ensure that you are scheduling things and you are prioritizing them. And the other thing I would say about block scheduling, I use time blocking. It's called block scheduling or time blocking. I use this because I find it very helpful so that I know what's going on my calendar. So I can't go and say, oh yeah, I have time for that. I let me check my calendar. Let me see what time blocks are open, if any. And so I know each day what I'm doing, the time frame that I am doing it. So if I get off track, I can always go back and see what am I supposed to be doing during this time frame. So blocking your schedule can be very helpful in helping you to master your calendar. And then what I would say is setting boundaries. If you are a full-time coach, are you setting boundaries with a work schedule? Do you have a work schedule? Do you work from 9 to 5 every day? Do you do your coaching practice maybe 3 days a week? If so, what are those days? So ensuring that you are setting boundaries and parameters around your time and around the things that you want to get done, so that it prepares you to be organized. It helps you to make sure that you are carving out time for yourself and that you are getting things done to move your practice forward. You also want to ensure that you are taking time to recharge. That is so key when you are running your practice full time as a coach. Maybe you're dual career. Maybe you have a full time and maybe you're doing something else, and maybe you do your business on the side or part time. Regardless of where it falls, make sure that you are taking time to carve out some much needed time to recharge and that you are prioritizing your business. So I've said a lot just within these last maybe 10 minutes or so. And so I hope that the information that I'm sharing with you, that you are finding it to be practical, that you are finding it helpful and helping you to really, shape the way you want to show up and how you want to present yourself as a coach. So the next thing we will talk about is building an online presence. So this one I can definitely tell you is something that I am working on even now. In this digital world, the internet is the playground where there's so much stuff out there. We have AI, um, we have social media. There's just so much out there. And I can tell you, when I was a new coach getting started in this space, I wanted all the shiny objects. I wanted everything. What was trending, I wanted it. But what I found out, like now, that I didn't really need all of those things. So, what I would tell you is to start where you are and utilize what you have. Take advantage of the free services that are out there and that are provided for you. So when you think about your niche, like your audience, who is your audience and where do your audience reside? Where do you find them? If it's LinkedIn, then maybe you can utilize LinkedIn as your platform to really build your. So when you think about a website, think about adding those things to your LinkedIn page. You can create a business page for your business and your practice on LinkedIn, and you can put all the services and everything that you do for your business, and maybe you start there. If you're not in a place where you can, get a website. There are other platforms that provide free templates for websites. Canva is one of them. You can do Canva free to get the free service, and I believe they have templates for websites if you want to try that. But use what you have. Use your social media accounts wherever your clients are. So if your clients are on LinkedIn, you may want to be on LinkedIn. If they're on Instagram or Facebook, or maybe they're on TikTok, wherever your audience is, wherever your people are, that's where you want to be. So utilize those platforms to help build your online presence. I mentioned social media. Again, there's a wealth of information out there about how to utilize those social media outlets for your advantage. And so you may want to take some time to do that. And again, utilize what you have. A lot of these resources are little to no money at all. So take those resources and build your platform so that it helps you moving forward. Content marketing. I would say think about, what are some things that you are doing in your business that maybe you can share in a blog, or maybe you do live stream. I do live stream once a week. Back when I started coaching back in the 2020, like 2019, 2020 timeframe, I committed to doing it, consistently for like 90 days. And then I did it for another 6 months. And so I did it for a while, and then I stopped. So definitely what will be key is consistent. Be consistent. Even if nobody shows up, that's okay. Be consistent. Continue to do it. Build your online presence. Keep going. And trust me, over a period of time, you will begin to build your audience and begin to make connections. And you can always take an opportunity to step back and just reassess. Give yourself a time frame. This is a goal or a priority that you can set. Give yourself a time frame to be consistent, and then at the end of that time frame, that goal that you've set, then think about, reassessing. How many viewers did I get? Or, did I make any connections? Are people reading my emails? Are people reading my blogs? And so that's a way for you to assess how things are going. And then you can pivot and move and do different things that's going to work best for you and your business, especially when you think about building an online presence. I am definitely with you. I feel the woes. So trust me, I am back at it and being consistent, because there are some Tuesdays come so fast. There are some Tuesdays where I'm like, oh gosh, I got to do this live, but I do it, and I am here. And so it's being consistent. And so that's what I would say for you, is to be consistent. So as we wrap this up, we talked about effective communication, we've talked about time management and scheduling, and we talked about building an online presence. So each of these strategies can significantly enhance your coaching practice. And remember, start small, be consistent, and it can lead to big changes over time. This is not an overnight, sensation type deal. It is definitely going to take time. And so trust the process and continue to move forward with your business. And if you want more personalized guidance, you heard what I've said and you want to kind of connect and touch base, reach out to me. I'm always available to connect with you. I'm on LinkedIn. I spend most of my time there, so you can catch me there. You can also go to my YouTube page, Coaching Conversations with Pam, and subscribe. And you will know when I'm going live. You can also find me on Facebook with Coaching Conversations with Pam on my page there. And you can find me on YouTube. I have a page on YouTube called Coaching Conversations with Pam. So you can go to YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn is where you will find me hanging out and spending time with my people. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed this session today. Again, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to connect with you. And if nothing else, continue elevating your potential and exceeding your limits. Have a good night.